As night falls over Ban Nok Kham, a forgotten village cloaked in mist, fireflies flicker in the distance, their glow dancing like lost souls. The silhouettes of wooden houses stand eerily still, enveloped by shadows. Nestled deep in the misty mountains of northern Laos, Ban Nok Kham is a place of whispers, where spirits roam freely and the past clings to the land like morning fog. Time has left it behind, untouched yet restless. And tonight, after years away, Toua is coming home. The ghost of Ban Nok Kham. Toua steps cautiously through the abandoned village, his flashlight a beam of light sliced through the heavy fog, and his breath was visible in the cold night air, each exhale a ghostly wisp. He had left this place long ago in search of fortune in the city, leaving behind only memories and silence. But something had called him back, a feeling, a whisper in the wind. Now, standing before the house that had always been forbidden, he felt that call again, stronger than ever. The air was thick with something unseen, something waiting. And the door, once sealed for generations, was slightly ajar. Inside the abandoned house, dust hangs in the air, swirling in the dim glow of Toua's flashlight. The wooden floor creaks beneath his hesitant steps, and a shadow shifts near the window. Then, in the silver light of the moon, she appears. Mai, draped in a flowing Hmong dress, she stands motionless, her beauty both ethereal and haunting. Pale as the moon, her dark eyes shimmer with sorrow, an ache that stretches across time. Yet, there is something else, something unspoken, written in the stillness between them. She was waiting for him. Toua kneels on the wooden floor, his fingers tracing the deep, weathered carvings etched into the aged planks. Symbols, forgotten, forbidden. A faint golden glow seeps through the cracks, pulsing like a heartbeat beneath his touch. A secret lay buried here, hidden beneath the floorboards, sealed with betrayal and bound by a curse. It was never meant to be found, and yet, Mai had led him here. The ghost had chosen him. Darkness swirled in the corners of the house, thick and shifting like living smoke. Shadows stretched unnaturally, twisting into grotesque figures with glowing eyes that burned like embers in the night. The air grew frigid, stealing the breath from Toua's lungs. A heavy weight settled over the room, pressing against his chest and whispering warnings in a language older than time. Some secrets were meant to stay buried. As his fingers brushed against the hidden truth beneath the floor, the darkness shuddered and then stirred. It had awakened, and it was watching. Mai stands by the window, gazing out at the mist-covered village. The night is still, yet the air hums with an unseen energy. Her reflection does not appear in the glass. She had once been like him, young and full of hope, believing in promises whispered under the moonlight. But love had betrayed her, shattered her, and bound her to this house like a forgotten ghost story. Now, she lingers between worlds, neither truly living nor completely dead, trapped by the sins of another. And Toua, whether drawn back by fate or something more cruel, is the first to see her in years. Toua pries open the floorboards, his hands trembling as the wood groans in protest. Beneath the dust and decay lies a small, ornately carved chest, its surface adorned with ancient symbols. A golden light spills from within, cutting through the darkness and illuminating the swirling dust in the air. The glow is warm, almost alive, pulsing with a power that feels beyond time. The treasure, the key to her freedom. But as Mai turns toward him, her dark eyes filled with unspoken warning, a chilling thought grips him. What price would it demand? Mai's sorrow twists into fury as the air crackles with energy. The golden light from the chest flickers, struggling against the encroaching darkness. The shadow guardians move closer, their glowing eyes burning with ancient malice. The room trembles. The past refuses to be forgotten. Mai's form shimmers, pulsing with supernatural energy. Her long hair whips wildly in the windless room, and her once mournful gaze hardens with resolve. The past would not be silent. The curse would not break without a fight. Golden light erupted from the treasure, flooding the room with brilliance. The shadows shrieked and recoiled into the corners, their grotesque forms twisting as the ancient power seared through them. Mai gasped. Her form shimmered, wavering between ghostly and human, as the glow wrapped around her like a second skin. Her fingertips tingled. Warmth, real warmth, spread through her for the first time in centuries. She looked at Toua, her eyes wide with something she had long forgotten. The chains of the curse were breaking. Trembling, Mai reaches out, hesitant and disbelieving. Her fingers, once ghostly and weightless, now press against Toua's skin, warm, solid, and real. A sharp breath escapes her lips as tears well in her dark eyes, glistening in the golden light. She had forgotten what it was like to feel, to exist beyond the whispers of the past. She was no longer just a shadow, no longer a ghost bound by sorrow. She was real, and he was the first to touch her in 100 years. Toua and Mai walk side by side down the village path, their footsteps soft against the earth. The mist has begun to lift, revealing the forgotten beauty of Ban Nok Kham. Behind them, the abandoned house stands in silence, its curse broken and its ghosts finally at rest. Their shadows merge under the moonlight, no longer separated by time or fate. Together, they have stepped out of the past. But what lies ahead is still unknown. Mai smirked, tilting her head as she watched Toua flinch at a sudden creak from the house. "Are you scared already?" she teased, her voice light and playful. Toua glared at her, but she only laughed, a sound like wind through the trees, soft yet full of mischief, the kind of laughter that once filled this village long before the silence took over. Even in death, she had a sense of humor, and in life, it was no different. Beneath the vast expanse of stars, Toua and Mai stand together, their arms wrapped around each other. The night is quiet, and the village has finally settled down, but the air between them hums with something unspoken, something eternal. She has been lost between two worlds, a soul trapped in the past. He has spent his life searching for something he can never name. In each other's embrace, they have found what they never knew they needed. The morning sun rises over Ban Nok Kham, its golden light chasing away the last traces of mist. The villagers gather around the once abandoned house, their voices filled with wonder. Where there was once decay, now stood a home, restored, alive, filled with warmth once more. A village reborn, a curse undone, and a love story that had become legend. Mai stands before the mirror, illuminated by the soft morning light. The elegant Hmong bridal gown hugs her like a second skin, its silver embroidery shimmering with every breath she takes. Her fingers trace the delicate patterns, each stitch symbolizing love, renewal, and a future that was once stolen but is now returned to her. Once, she had been destined for an eternity of solitude, a whisper lost in time. Now, she would have forever. Toua and Mai stand beneath the stars, their fingers entwined as the villagers encircle them, their faces illuminated by the warm glow of lantern light. The air is filled with the scent of incense and the gentle murmur of whispered blessings. Their hands are bound with sacred cloth, a traditional Hmong wedding ritual that seals their promise, not just for this life, but for all eternity. Not even death could keep them apart. Tonight, beneath the vast sky, they vowed to never let go again. Mai stood at the edge of the village, the cool morning breeze brushing against her skin. She turned back, gazing at the house that had once held her captive, now filled with warmth and life. A serene smile graced her lips. For the first time, she did not fade into the mist. She was no longer a ghost. She was home. As the villagers cheer, Mai and Toua share a kiss beneath the glowing lanterns, their shadows dancing in the warm light. The air hums with joy, echoing the release of a past finally laid to rest. The mist no longer clings to her, and the whispers have vanished. The past dissolves into the night, leaving only the present, their hands entwined and their hearts beating as one. Once, she was nothing more than a whisper in the wind. Now, she is a heartbeat, a breath, alive. The old house stands, no longer abandoned. Warm light spills from its windows, casting a golden glow into the night, a beacon of life, of hope. Once, it was a place of sorrow, haunted by loss and time. But now, laughter echoes within its walls, footsteps fill its halls, and love lingers in every corner. A house once trapped in darkness now stands as a testament to love, redemption, and the power of belief. Toua and Mai stand before the house, hand in hand, their fingers intertwined like roots reclaiming the earth. The village hums with life around them, children's laughter, the warmth of morning chatter, the scent of fresh cooked meals drifting through the air. Above them, the sky begins to brighten, the first light of dawn washing away the remnants of the past. Some stories end in tragedy. Theirs began again, in love.